All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, today, the New York Jets traded starting quarterback Sam Darnold to the Carolina Panthers in exchange for a 6th-round pick in this month's NFL draft, as well as a 2nd and 4th-round pick next year. Now, Darnold is the latest casualty at quarterback for the Jets, as they have had 17 different starting quarterbacks since 2000. Now, in Darnold's 3 years as a Jets starting quarterback, his record was 13-25 with a completion percentage of 59.8 to go along with 45 touchdowns and 39 interceptions. Make no mistake about it, Darnold did not live up to the hype after he was a 3rd overall pick of the 2018 draft by the Jets. But the Jets didn't do him any favors, as they simply failed to put talent around him. You look at the Jets offense in each of the last 2 years, they were dead last in the NFL in total offense, while they were only 29th in 2018. Of course, Joe Douglas has a couple of years under his belt now as the general manager of the Jets. Really has not assembled a team around Darnold, as he is all about the business right now, stockpiling draft picks. But like I always say, draft picks are only good if you know what you're doing on them, with them. And the pressure, to me, I think, was too much for Darnold, because when you come in as that high of a pick, you're usually coming to a bad team. Was never a fan of Adam Gase as the head coach of the Jets. And of course, he got his walking papers at the end of the 2020 season. Now, Robert Saleh is going to get his opportunity to be the Jets head coach. But you look at it, the expectations were too high for Darnold. And I've been saying this for years. The Jets organization and their fan base alike need to realize that, you know what, Joe Namath is not walking through the door anytime soon. And the problem is, as soon as the Jets get their hands on a young quarterback, immediately people want to start comparing him to Joe Namath. Sam Darnold was never Joe Namath, and I think the Jet fans and the Jets organization never had an opportunity to see how talented that he truly could potentially be, due to the fact that they simply didn't put the talent around him. At the same time, Darnold was never able to stay healthy. And, you know, again, I just think he went to a bad organization. I am not saying that Sam Darnold was a can't miss prospect coming out of Southern Cal in 2018. But at the same time, you know what? Talent alone ain't going to help you win in the National Football League, but it's also up to the organization to cultivate that talent and build around that talent. And the Jets didn't do any of that. You look at it, and one of the questions you have to ask yourself is whether or not the Darnold's going to be able to get it going in Charlotte with the Panthers. It's all about Carolina putting some talent around him. You look at it, you have Christian McCaffrey at running back, but can he stay healthy? Former Jets wide receiver Robbie Anderson is one of the top pass catchers for the Panthers. But aside those 2 players, there really isn't a lot of talent at the skill position for the Panthers. Carolina does have the 8th overall pick in the upcoming NFL draft. And I think one thing that's going for Sam Darnold, he does have an offensive-minded coach in Matt Rule down there in Carolina. But on top of that, this Panthers team wanted him. It is clear that this current Jets regime did not want Sam Darnold, and you want to go someplace where you are wanted. There won't be as much pressure on Sam Darnold with the Carolina Panthers to go out there and get the job done. This is the final year of his rookie deal. Of course, the Panthers will then have the option to, pick up his option for the 2022 NFL season. But I think he has an opportunity to do something. It's going to be important for him to get into camp, get on the same page with Matt Rule. Matt Rule understands the strengths and weaknesses of Sam Darnold's game, and I think Matt Rule is definitely going to use that. Sam Darnold is a solid quarterback on the run, throwing the football. He's got to make Matt Rule, that is, he's got to go out there and make Sam Darnold's job a little bit easier and allow him to get back to having fun in regards to playing pro football. And I think that is something that, Darnold got away from during the end of his tenure with the Jets. Now, of course, getting back to the Jets, this move right here basically means that the Jets are probably going to go Zach Wilson or Justin Fields with the 2nd overall pick in this month's NFL draft. They really like Zach Wilson coming out of Utah, but at the end of the day, The Jets organization must learn from their mistakes. I don't know if they're going to do that. And I say that from the standpoint they're probably going to throw whomever they draft to the fire right away. The expectations are going to be there, and I think they would definitely be doing a disservice to whomever they draft. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Joe Namath is not, and I repeat, not walking through the door anytime soon for the Jets organization. This fan base and this organization alike need to get on the same page and realize that. And I think it is imperative for Joe Douglas to go out there and try to put a team around, whether it be Zach Wilson or Justin Fields, for the upcoming season. And if you're not going to do that, do not throw this kid out there right away. Let him get the opportunity to sit for at least half a season behind a veteran quarterback, learn, get up to speed, and take it from there. But knowing the Jets, they're going to find a way to mess this up. So hopefully, for the sake of Sam Darnold, he can salvage his once promising NFL career, get things turned around with the Carolina Panthers, and hopefully for the Jets' sake and their fans, sooner rather than later, they can get this thing figured out. So folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of the subscribers out there. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.